me get the mic. Honey, I got something to say. Ooh, I like that. Can you turn that up for me? No, like, it's Maja. But you know, Maj for short. Ask Maj. What's up? It's your girl Maj. Welcome back to another episode of Ask Maj, a podcast where we are spilling all the real tea. So, Maj moment of this week is one word: patience. I don't know if you all saw, but Kylie just released a video of her and her baby Stormy. And it was of the fruit snack challenge. So I don't know if you know, but the fruit snack challenge is where parents put a bowl of fruit snacks in front of their kids, in front of their toddlers, and they tell them, I'll be right back. You can have them when I get back, but wait on me. And the challenge is to see if the kid will actually eat the fruit snacks while the parent is gone. So Kylie decided to participate in the challenge where she gave Stormy some chips or something, and she asked her to wait until she came back to eat whatever it was that she gave her. And while Kylie was gone, Stormy started chanting, patience, 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 patience. And I think just, first of all, as a 1-year-old, I believe that's how old she is, it was just amazing to see her chant those affirmations. And not just knowing the word patience, but understanding where to insert that in a situation. And I think even as adults, like, how hard is that, right? Like, how hard is it to, remember something, that we try to embody, or that we try to, put in our minds, keep in our minds and display that on an everyday basis. How hard is that, to really come back to that and remind ourselves what it is that we're working on. I think even as adults, it's hard, it's a challenge. And to see this baby, who's 1 year old, it's year, I had it right the first time. 1 year old, chanting patience, like, just wow. So it really spoke to me. And I mean, there are so many different, I guess, reviews or, perspectives when it comes to Kylie, but that was such a strong moment, right? That was such a memorable moment. Like, that's just something you just don't forget. And I think that's something that we can carry, right? Like, it's patience, especially in the situation that we're in, in the circumstances that we find ourselves in. Like, we're in a pandemic, right? Like, we're quarantined, we're at home, we can't go anywhere. And then there's this, like, indefinite ending, right? So we don't know what's happening. We don't know, when this is gonna end. And it's easy to complain and it's easy to say, the negative things and speak about the negative things, but to truly go back to patience, right? Like, and coach ourselves on that and mentor ourselves on that and encourage ourselves on that. Just patience. Like, I may not know what's getting ready to happen. I may not know where my situation is going, and I may not see the light at the end of the tunnel, but patience, right? So I think just going back to that and reaffirming ourselves, right? And speaking that affirmation out loud, patience. So let me say, Stormy, thank you, okay? So, like, when you listen to this podcast, when you're of age and you can understand, thank you. And obviously, Kylie, I don't know you, but thank you for raising her that way, so that she understands those positive affirmations, and that she's coaching herself and encouraging herself during times where you need patience the most. So shout out to Kylie. Moving on. So question of the day, right? So Lena Waithe dropped this new series called 20s on BET, and it's about screenwriter Hattie. It's actually kind of semi-autobiographical on her end. And it's about the screenwriter named Hattie and her best friends Marie and Nia, and they are pursuing their dreams in Los Angeles. And so a part of that, part of the promotion for the series, she asked some of the main characters, what is it like being in your 20s? What lessons did you learn? What's the best part? How did you overcome, certain things being in your 20s? And so I was just really intrigued by that. I've been very inspired by Lena Waithe and her work, especially after Queen and Slim, and just following her journey. First of all, she's a Black woman in Hollywood, sending these positive messages. She's very uplifting, very, very empowering. And then she's lesbian, right? So, and she's making her way, through Los Angeles, through the entertainment industry, really putting a stamp on those things and making a difference. So I've talked a lot about, breaking down barriers as Black people, and that is her goal, to break down barriers and standards that Hollywood has put on the stigma of what Black people look like, not what we truly are. So shout out to Lena Waithe. And I got this idea from her, in terms of being in your 20s, living in your 20s, and what that's like, navigating through this space. So question of the day I posed, based on the show 20s on BET. What is the best thing about being in your 20s? So one user said, the thing I love about being in my 20s is being able to just evolve. We're able to make mistakes and then learn from them, fail and then try again. Put so much on ourselves only to realize we're just in our 20s. It's beauty in being able to grow in your 20s, and I absolutely love that. So before I actually give an answer, we'll get into that a little bit later, I have some very, very, very special guests with me here today. So I know I talked a little bit about a special edition of an episode last week for my birthday, and we are finally here. So on this episode of In My 20s, I have some special guests. I have the former HBCU Queens. So shout out to all the HBCUs, HBCU Pride, and of course, especially Aggie Pride. Shout out to A&T. And yes, Barack Obama shouted us out, so we're official. And they all over here looking crazy, but we'll get to that in a second. But yes, hey ladies! Hey! So yes.
What's up, girl?
Y'all, when I tell y'all they been ready to talk, they been sitting here ready.
Okay, listen. God, being quiet, patient.
Okay?
Listen.
They was doing the fruit snatch challenge.
Patient.
Waiting on.
My hand trying to quiet scratch my throat.
Okay.
I know. I'm like, is it my cue? Is it my turn?
Waiting on the fruit snacks. So yes, we're gonna do some brief introductions real quick, and we'll talk about where they came from, what schools they came from, and they'll shout out their personal HBCUs. So Joy, you want to start on this side?
I do. What is up, y'all? Ask Maj the podcast. This is your girl, Joy. I was Miss Savannah State University 2015, 2016. Shout out to the Orange and Blue, the University by the Sea, where you can get anywhere from here.
Ooh, child.
I love that. Okay. I love it. Okay. I ain't no hater. I love it. It was real cute. I love it.
See how they do?
Who next?
Hello, everyone. I'm Tyra Bonet Laster, formerly Miss Tennessee State University for the 2015-2016 academic school year.
Wow.
Big Blue, there's, we're it and we're everything and excellence. So there's all that is to say about that.
Period, sis.
Y'all TSU, y'all better squat.
Anyway.
Who next?
Hey y'all, it's Stephanie. I was Miss Kentucky State University 2015-2016, the House on the Hill, Thoroughbred Pride.
Come on.
All right. Hey everybody, I'm Lauren Simone Papillon. I was the Miss Virginia State University for the 2015-2016 Hell State. We rock orange and blue.
All right.
Come on.
Who the last one?
They always say the best for the last.
That's why we're not doing this no more.
Do they?
That's what the haters gonna say. Listen, hey y'all. My name is Khadijah Harvin, and I served as Miss Virginia Union University 2015-2016 VU.
She was waiting for y'all to call.
It's okay, but they did it with me, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay, so
I love my VUU
if
for the
y'all
people in the back.
Make sure y'all call back. Call back to the VU. VU.
It's always the haters. It is. They everywhere.
Okay, so yes, y'all hear this a lot of HBCU Pride. And as your host, Maja Gary, I was Miss North Carolina Agricultural and Technical State University 2015, 2016. Shout out to all of my Aggies. So yes, I got the former HBCU Queens here, and we're going to talk a little bit about what it's like being in our 20s. So if you are in your 20s, you'll be able to relate to this a little bit, and hopefully you'll be snapping your fingers saying, yes, girl, yes, sis, I know exactly what she's talking about. So we're going to hop right into it. So, ladies, in one word, and feel free, anybody can start on this. In one word, how would you describe your 20s and why? Don't all speak at once now.
You see, it's always that one.
It's always that one. Make sure you say who you are so that they know who you are when you're talking, just in case, somebody they might not.
I cannot.
Wow.
This is
word.
Stephanie. I would say the one word that would describe my 20s right now is interesting.
Okay, why?
It's very interesting because my grandmother used to have this saying, like, life is not turn by turn. So it's not like a GPS that's going to tell you, 500 feet, turn here, turn. You never know what's coming your way. So it's just interesting to see the different hurdles and barriers that are placed in your life and how you overcome and the lessons that you learn within those things. It's interesting because it kind of sparks something in you. You never kind of realize the power that you had to overcome certain things. You never knew the dignity you have to, like, stand back from things, and you learn and you grow. So it's just interesting to see how you blossom during this time in your life.
I like that.
That was
on point.
Let me piggyback off of that. I think my word for being, you gave me my idea. My word for being in your 20s is exhilarating. Is it auxiliating or exhilarating? I think it's okay, I had to write the first term. I'm sitting next to the aux, y'all, so don't judge me. I'm educated 2 degrees, okay? Don't
And
judge
that's
me.
And that's what you gotta know.
Okay, price is going up. Price is going up.
I would say exhilarating because kind of based off of what Stephanie said, it's like when you're at the top of the roller coaster, right? And it's like you see it when you're standing on the ground before you actually get on it. But when you really get on that roller coaster, you don't know the impact of that hill that you about to hit, right? You don't know the impact of like that drop in your stomach when you actually go down. And it's like, wow, I saw it from back there, but now that I'm on it, it's a completely different impact. And I literally think that's what 20s is, and it relates to like when you make a plan for yourself. That relates to when you're actually looking at the roller coaster from standing on the outside. That's when you make the plan. But when you actually get up there and you don't see the impact of the hill, that's when your plan is just like, not that it's messed up, but it don't go, tit by tit, it doesn't go exactly how you
Because you really don't
planned
know what's at the top of that hill.
Exactly.
Until you get there.
Exactly.
We live our lives looking at things like, okay, when I get in my 20s, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this. And then when you get in your 20s, so many other things happen. You like, when I was 18, nobody told me when I got 21 it was going to be like, you know what I'm saying?
Look, she answering further questions. All right, who next? One word to describe 20s.
The word I will use is freedom.
Who are you?
Ooh, yes.
Let me reintroduce myself.
Reintroduce. This is who?
Hey y'all, it's Khadijah, Miss VU. So the word I picked was freedom. And the reason I say that is because, talking to your parents or your aunts, your uncles, whoever it is, and they see you doing all these amazing things and you traveling and like, you hanging out with friends and you're getting a chance to like explore and see things, and they always say, man, I wish I was doing that at your age. Man, I thought of that when I was your age, when I was your, you know what I'm saying? Okay. They got the little voice going on, okay? But the fact is that we have the flexibility to really get out there and explore, to really get out there and just see what else is there for us to do or accomplish, and, finding different things that we like or don't like, and just kind of really just, testing different waters. And I think I'm so privileged because as soon as I graduated, I hopped on a flight. And from there, I experienced half of the world. And I mean, there's so much more out there than where we are and just what we know. So I would say freedom, because you have that flexibility to really just do whatever your heart really desires. So I would say freedom.
Love it. All right. Okay. So, would you say that you have a favorite age in your 20s? Like, obviously, we only experienced a few years, but so far, would you say that there's a favorite age? I'm gonna say 21. I don't know.
Why? I feel like that's just like
I feel like 21 was where you really just like, I'm 20. Like, you felt grown.
Yeah.
But people been doing this though.
Yeah.
And I could order wine on my own.
See,
I
listen.
remember 21. Honestly.
Oh, I feel like I remember 21.
But see, I feel like, and this is Khadijah, but I feel like 21, I get that, but some people have already been living the 21 lifestyle, like 17.
Before 21.
I mean, yeah, but some
people.
people been 21 at the age of 17. You know what I mean? Like, and
That's
I'm just
true.
saying that off of, different life and circumstances. Some people had to grow up early.
Yeah.
Some people, like, I know for me, I will say I had the pleasure of experiencing things with my mom, so I wouldn't have to go behind her back and, like, if I wanted to go drink or something, I already done that. So it's not like, when I turned 21, I'm just out here belligerent and, just FYI, I am a child of God, okay? I am a child of God, all right? But, some people just had to grow up earlier, or some people experience, the drinking life or the smoking life or whatever it is. So I don't know if there is a certain age, but I think the highlights are like, the 24 Kobe year, like the... that's that was your age. Okay, my bad. But I'm saying, how the highlights, you got 21, you got Kobe year, you got 25, you got sexy 26, you got all types of
26 is boring.
Mine was 22.
Oh, actually, I lived my life. I was in Dubai, so I don't know about.
Oh, well, we in quarantine and I'm finna turn 26.
Okay, well, listen.
You said yours is what?
Yeah, this is Steph. Mine is 22 because
22.
As I was turning 22, I was graduating that May from college. So I was already in my mind. I'm like, I'm about to have this big accomplishment. Ooh. Nobody can say anything to me.
Come on.
Because in my family, I'm a first generation college student. So in my family,
yes, same.
Graduating from college was a big, like, if you did that, it's really nothing nobody can say to you. Period. I made it out of Detroit from the east side. No babies, no wild out addictions, and no shade to anybody who's a teenage mom, because, that is something that is very, I don't want to say popular. Yeah. But it's, and we can edit this, I'm sorry. No, but that's something that's very common in our community is teenage moms. So no shade at all, because they rocking and doing it as well. Right. But in my family, I was the first to not have to experience that. And I went off to college and I did all these extracurricular activities. So when I graduated and I was 22, I went out to the country. I was doing a lot. I'm not gonna put my business on Maj podcast. But, after college, I literally had free range, because I was the type of child in college. My parents still had a lot of input in my life because they was paying for school. Yeah. And for me, I was I tried to be as responsible as possible, because I knew the sacrifices that was behind me to even get to college. So 22 for me was like, I got this freedom. Nobody holding nothing over my head. It ain't nobody on my back. I did what y'all asked me to do. Now I can live my life. Right. So 22 was that year for me.
I love it. I'm here for it.
Anybody else?
I would say 24.
Who are you, Jill?
Oh, child, I forgot. Yeah. I'm Joy. Y'all know me.
As they should.
The SSU. I would say 24 was my year, because that was probably the most. What's the word I'm looking for?
She intellectual, y'all.
Oh, child. You know what? I'm just gonna say that was the year that I learned the most. I went through a lot during that year, and it taught me about myself. It taught me about the life that I want to live, or I should say not necessarily the things, but the experiences I want to have or don't want to have. 24 was an experience. It was very interesting. I moved to DC. I moved to DC when I was 23. So I was in the beginning stages of trying to figure out my postgraduate life and job. So it was very interesting trying to figure it all out. Of course, we all have these quote midlife crisis, and I had one, but it was still like, okay, I did this at 24. I turned 25, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I think I got this. Now I'm 26. I'm like, yep, this it.
Right.
Girl, you just turned 26.
Ooh, chill. 25-year-old people.
It's always them.
This little 25-year-old.
It be your own people.
Anybody else? Favorite age? All right, so let's settle this. Would you say that being in your 20s is like prime?
No.
Oh, okay, I heard no's and yes. Who said no? Let's say no.
Hey, Tyra, I only say yes because we fall down so much in our 20s, and nobody, shames us or kind of strikes us like you need to get it together. Instead, they laugh and say, girl, you're just in your 20s, or girl, just wait. Now, I do hear the beautiful blessings that 30 gives, but I really do believe that when it comes to being in your 20s, it's just unapologetic fun. And it's, you make mistakes, and we'll hear it time and time again, but being in your 20s is just like that grace period. Now, that's not the sleep period of like, I'm just going to, not get on myself and be who I need to be. Don't mistake that. And that just comes down to friends and discipline. But when it comes to like that growth period, I think 20s is a blessing for that. And I don't know anyone who like disagrees. You mess up, you get back up again. It's a blessing.
Yeah, I agree with what Tyra said. It's Joy again. But I feel like my 30s. Once I get to my 30s,
Yeah,
When we talk about prime.
Yeah, like I've
Yeah.
experienced, I've dealt with what I've dealt with. I know what I want.
Good point.
Got
Yeah.
possibly the job, the career, etc.
good.
Now I
Okay.
can live the life I want to live.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. So
And I agree. This Stephanie, I agree with Joy, but I also agree with Tyra with the points that she made about being in our 20s, because a lot of people say it is what this time span is for. You know, it's to learn and evolve and develop and make those mistakes.
Yeah.
Because when I make mistakes and I confide in like older people in my family about them, they're like, "Girl, you still young.
Yeah.
Right.
You got time."
Brushing
And
it
it's
off.
good to have that grace, you know. But when I think about prime, I think about you really can't tell me nothing because I'm in which bag?
Hello.
Okay.
When I turned 30, and my mom told me this the other day. She said when she turned 30, it was a lot of things. She just had she don't want to in her spirit.
yeah,
I don't have to even explain to you. I don't want to.
That was really good.
You know, I don't want to. I don't have to, and I don't owe you anything.
Period.
This
Period,
is how I
Pooh.
completely agree. Anybody I talk to who are in their 30s, they always say the things and the worries that you have right now, you're going to laugh at when you get to your 30s, because you are just going to get that I don't give a blank feeling, and it's just going to be kind of reiterating of like who you are.
It's gonna be liberating.
What you wanna do.
Yes.
So I actually changed my answer when it comes to the prime. I do believe those 30s are just more than lit because you're so grounded in who you are and what you want to be, and you're already solid with the friends you have, the family you have,
Yeah.
the foundation.
Absolutely.
And yeah, you're still growing as all humans in flesh do, but those 30s just hit different.
Okay.
And I honestly, this is Stephanie. I honestly believe that if you fall and get back up and live and make mistakes in them 20s, it's gonna make the 30s even more worth it.
Yeah.
You know, so I hate when people try to, you know, be like, well, I'm on my junk now and I got this and I got that and I'm 20 something and I got this.
You don't know
And that's fine, baby. More power to you. But when you 30 and you still messing with who shot John from down the street because you ain't never
Who
experienced
shot
it.
John?
Okay.
You know what?
You know, now you're gonna be looking at the 30-year-olds like, I wish I was as, you know, nonchalant as y'all, but it's like we've been there, done that, and
Right.
meanwhile you was too busy trying to flaunt all these accomplishments,
Right.
but you wasn't really
Very
living.
nice,
You know, wasn't really fulfilling at that time.
So we talked a lot about like I wish, right? I wish this, I wish that, and what the impact of like living in your 20s will have on being in your 30s. So what would you say is one goal that you set out to accomplish in your 20s, but now that you're here, you're like, hell no, like that was unrealistic. I don't know what I was thinking. Hold on, Lauren, you've been a little quiet, Lauren. This one for you.
Thank you. What's the question?
What is one goal? What is one goal you wanted to accomplish in your 20s, but looking back, it was either unrealistic or you just realized you just need more time?
Marriage at 26.
Girl.
That's why I'm like,
Explain.
where my man? Where my baby?
So I feel like being married at 26, I feel like that's just too young. I feel like I'm just now starting to get to know who I am and understanding how to apply my worth. Like from growing up, and then I say, oh, I know my worth, my worth, but really I know that what I bring to the table, I built the table, I made the chairs, I know exactly. I know exactly who I am, so I know what I'm not gonna stand for. And the fact that I had placed that boundary and that limit on what God can do in my life at 26 is just, it's selfish, and it's honestly, it's not really being intentional about the journey I'm in and the moment I'm in. So no,
That was good.
26.
Yeah, definitely right on the nose.
Anybody else? But that
She
was
summed
everybody
it up,
agree with
child.
that.
Everybody.
Marriage
Yeah.
and kids.
I think
Yeah.
it is, I know you're gonna get into this, but you have to ask yourself, like, where does it stem from? Like, I don't think we think this big age of 26 or something like that. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have married, housewife, and kids, whatever. But now we're just like, all right, like that's a joke.
Yeah.
I have brunch to
A whole
get to.
joke.
Okay.
What?
Listen, let me buy this bottle of wine real quick.
You
Come
know,
on.
Or goals.
What would you say is speaking of like, you know, a goal that you set out to accomplish, but now it's like, girl, bye. What do you have an unpopular opinion about being in your 20s, or like something that you feel you don't agree with that everybody else does? Like I would say, like I feel like a lot of people in our 20s are always like work now, play later, work now, play later.
yeah.
And like I agree, but it's like calm down, like calm down,
Yeah.
like
It's a facade.
it is. It's that too. I feel like it's like. Yes, work now, but like I'm in my 20s and I'm going to enjoy being in my 20s.
I'm gonna do both.
I'm gonna do
So,
both.
period.
I think there's something to this, is Tyra, to be said about doing both. It's this facade on social media, and I hate to be the one to say, oh, it's social media's fault.
It is.
But it's not true. No, because we are users, and you dictate about how you want to put on posts. Like, do you want to post or not? It's that simple.
Yeah.
But when it comes to, like, the whole facade of, like, what you put on your highlighted reel, who can, where's this rush coming from? Why do I care about what Maja is doing at the twilight of her day? Like, I shouldn't care that much, but it's this unneeded pressure that we have, and I think it stems from in your 20s, because, like, dang, I had this timeline in my head, and Sally Mae is having it at, 26, so why is this, it's just like this weird timeline that we've staggered in our head for unnecessary reasons.
Right.
First of all, Sally Mae gives me bad memories.
Right.
Okay. That's Sally Mae.
You Sally Mae as
Jane Doe.
Yeah, Jane Doe, not Sally Mae, because I got PTSD, like you said.
I'm so weak.
And I don't know if y'all saw the video, but when we talk about the biggest thing you're trying to overcome, and Lauren said, student debt.
Child, that was the realest thing.
Because
it won't keep following me.
Delete the rest of the video and just put student debt.
Okay.
Ooh, chill.
So let's get a little juicy. I like juicy.
What's the tea?
Is it hot? She know we love her.
She know we love her.
her.
Okay, so what would you say dating is like in your 20s? What is
dating? What's dating?
What's that?
Dating. Okay, let me ask this. So the question I got written down on my laptop is what is dating like in your 20s? What are the men like? And what are the good and bad parts? But first, before we get into the meat of the question, what is dating? Can we define dating?
That.
Because a lot of people, I feel like, have a misconception about dating.
Yeah.
So somebody give us a brief
Yeah.
description of what is dating? What does that mean?
Tyra want to go.
They fighting over who's the girl.
I'm
Joy
so
always
weak.
gets really, really good.
She gonna hit it.
It's Joy.
That's Webster.
Apparently, I give good.
Apparently,
I don't know. But for me, dating is you taking the time to court me, get to know me.
Court.
Dating is
That's
not.
Savannah State.
But they don't know what that is, though. See what I'm
Dating
saying?
is Southern Belle.
These men.
Oh, let me come over, or let's kick it. Okay, let's kick it. How? Are we going to the skating rink? Are you taking me to a dinner? Are we going to learn something? Are we going to make candles? Like, how am I, you coming over and kicking it on the couch, we watching a movie? Yeah, that's cool, but how am I getting to know you? Dating is getting to know me, know what I like. I get to know you, know what you like, and see if we are compatible, if this can even work.
Come on.
So, before we even get to my couch, what are we doing?
Period.
You get off my couch.
Hello. Why are you in my house?
Okay, so great definition, right? So, let me ask you this. It's simple yes or no. Is dating when you are hanging out or when you are in a relationship?
Hanging out.
It's
hanging out.
And I think we need to start being more honest about this, ladies. Like, we should be freely to date more than one person.
Yeah.
That is what dating is.
Yeah.
So you cannot hold him accountable for dating other people. So I think when you want to be exclusive, that's another door. But
That's another
when it
level,
comes to the
right.
Dating thing, like, I think we really need to be honest. Again, with Maja's perfect question, what is dating? Because dating, to me, is not two people chilling consistently. Dating is, I'm chilling with you today.
And I'm gonna be chilling
No,
with somebody
we're
else
not
tomorrow.
chilling.
I'm Southern when I say chilling. So when we're going on dates, as
chilling.
Joy says, yes, this is not the Netflix and chill part. You're not at that stage, but you're taking me to the ice skating rink because that's a date that you set up and that you know the time.
Right.
Intentionality.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
a good
But
word.
it's not this, I'm just going to date and talk to you, because there should be
Or
other people
texting.
involved, because you're still, as a single woman, getting to know what's out there. That's
Right.
And if we go to the ice skating ring, you better wear your mask.
Okay.
Because I'm not here for
And have your gloves.
Okay, I'm not here for
definitely-
coronavirus.
This is. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead,
Oh,
Steph.
okay. This is Steph. I definitely agree with Tyra because I think, especially I want to speak to us as women. You know, I
to
think
us.
that sometimes we see this image or we see this person or we get this feeling off of instinct or this vibe or I think this could be, and we run with it. You know, so we're sitting here putting all of our and all of our potentials and all of our attention into this one guy. Meanwhile, he's like, oh, well, I'm going to come over today. You don't hear from him a couple of days and now your mind is rattled. You don't know what's going on. But whole time, y'all never had a conversation as to if all his time was dedicated to you. So why would you dedicate all your time to him? You know, I think dating, in the dating phase, it should be about reciprocity. So what you give is what you get, and what you get, you should also give. Never give these guys more than what they are giving you, because that's how you end up with your feelings hurt at the end. And I think that's what we misunderstand about this dating thing. So if like, and it's something I had to learn. So I'm not preaching, like, I'm preaching because I've lived it. I've been that girl that had my eye set on something because I'm like, oh yeah, he gonna be mine, da, 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 da. Like, no sis, he doing his thing and you over here waiting on him to call, looking crazy. Period. And I told myself from that situation on, I would never look crazy again. Come on. You know, and how I did that was, like we said before, being intentional. Yeah, I like you cool, but you know, I'm kicking it with other people as well. You know, I'm getting to know other people as well. And I would suggest you do the same until we come to a consensus as to what we are and what we're trying to move forward to. And even when we do that, it's still some things that need to be figured out, because then there opens another level of getting to know that person. Because how do you interact with that person on that level as a couple, as an entity, no longer entertaining other people? Right. You know, so I think intention, reciprocity, and then communication is things that we should be implementing as we're dating as women in our 20s. I mean, in general, but especially for my sisters out there.
Child, let me just, this is Ask Steph today, okay? Okay, so let's do this. For those who want to answer, give me one good thing and one bad thing about dating in your 20s. Let me go. I'll start. So y'all can think of your answers. All right, so I'm gonna say the bad thing I would say is going back to Tyra's point about social media. Everything is out there. Yeah. Like nothing is private anymore, right? And you know what's so funny? I think we're all guilty of this. It's like if you deal with somebody, and let's just say you happen to post a picture on your story on your Instagram, as soon as you're not dealing with them, the first thing you say is, "Damn, I'm mad I put him on Instagram." Like. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like everything has become so public, and we're so worried about validation and like what other people think about what it is, and we forgot the fact that it doesn't matter what other people think about what you are. It matters what you think about what you are.
What you know. Because they just got thoughts.
Exactly. So I think that's the bad thing I would say is everything is public. And then a good thing about dating is, one thing I love about people in their 20s, men in their 20s, millennials, everybody's about their paper. Like, this is such a career-oriented group. Everybody, and now that can be bad too, but like, I'm about my paper, you're about your paper. Like, we all just getting bags, you know what I'm saying? We have this community of like building and networking and like-minded people and, you know, connecting each other. And I love that about millennials. Like, we're very unified. So I think everybody's about the paper and you know, I ain't broke, you ain't broke. Let's do this.
Listen, what flight we catch you?
You know what I'm saying? Let's go somewhere. So yeah, those are my good and bad thing. Who next? They pointing, y'all. Lauren, what's your good and bad thing? Put that ass on the spot.
Okay. So I would say my good thing is being able to have different opportunities to go different places and explore the world with someone, and really being able to leverage that using social media and our life experiences. I would say the bad thing is when you're in that stage of not understanding intentional versus impulsiveness. A lot of people mistake someone being intentional or wanting to do certain things for impulsiveness, and a person that's impulsive will make decisions on impulse, and it could affect you emotionally. And a lot of people do that because they're not secure in themselves, and it's making it hard for them to really see the value in you and your relationship when you demand for better and want better.
That's good. Yeah, that's really good.
Next. Khadijah, go ahead. Let's see. What's your good and bad thing about dating in the 20s?
I think a bad thing is that we still don't know.
Yes.
Honestly, we still learning. We still trying to figure it out ourselves. So the bad thing is just really just trying to, you know, find a way, find our path, and really figure out what works, who works. Because, you know, some people don't fit the image, you know? And that's just real. Like, if you don't fit where I'm going or what I'm doing or where I'm trying to move, then it won't work. You know what I'm saying? And then I feel like we have like so many, you know, people showing us of what dating is supposed to be or looking like, especially like these celebrities and stuff like that we follow. And don't get me wrong, I'm one of them too. We post a cute little picture. They look real cute together.
They post it up.
See how people always in my business? Let me go ahead and delete my stuff. Blah. Okay, so, but yeah, like, it's just that. And then I think the good thing is actually finding genuine people.
Yeah.
I think the genuineness is what really captivates the whole moment of you getting to really honestly and truly take layers off of a person and really show that vulnerable side. I think that's the best part, is when you both can be naked, not even physically, but raw with each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, really just get into it. And I think that's probably one of the things that I'm humbled by, is just meeting genuine people who actually are like, listen, this is what I'm looking for. Like, straight thorough, straight to the point. Like, look, this is what it is. And you know, now you have that choice, like, hey, I'm rocking with it, or okay, thank you so much for letting me know, but you just not it. So I think the genuineness of people, really connecting with people on that soul level.
I think quickly, hey, this is Tyra. The thing I don't like about dating is the relationship gurus. I think that messes up the, like Khadijah said, just the being the naked part. I think when it comes to, we have so many versions of what love is, and it kind of taints somebody really wanting to just be their vulnerable self and get to know you, because we have, you know, Joe over here saying that a guy should do this, this, and this. A woman should be this, this, and this. Steve Harvey always has something to say about how a woman should be and act. But I think it kind of messes up the version of, well, I want to be like how I want to approach situations. And it ruins the fun and the taste of dating. And then the thing I love about it is just really to Khadijah's point, being naked with somebody and just being genuine crazy about somebody and having fun with it, you know? You're in one day, you're out the next, but it's okay because you have that similarity of, I'm in my 20s, you're in your 20s too, or you had this problem, I had this problem, and it's fun to kind of play that catch-up game with.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
So you want? She holding it in, let it out, sis, let it out.
I would say the good thing about dating in your 20s is you can do it now and get it over with. Like, if you date somebody, you mess up. You know what you did wrong, or you know what they did wrong, or you learn the characteristics in people that you do or don't like. So when you get to a point where, and I'm only 26, so I don't know everything, but you get to a point where you're like, okay, this is what I would deal with, this is what I won't deal with, and I don't have to deal with attitude is real strong. So it's just for me, that would be the good and, in a sense, the bad thing at the same time, because sometimes you have to go through certain experience. Like, we don't know what God has planned for us or who he puts us in a situation with, so that we can learn certain things about a person or even about ourselves. So yeah, that would be my good and bad thing about dating in your 20s.
Steph, I know you had something.
I think for me, what I like is the range and the flexibility. I'm the type of person, like, I like to date people from other places. I like to explore and
You like
see.
white men.
I don't.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
You know what?
Yo, let me tell you,
That was fake news.
Ain't nothing wrong with the pink, okay?
I don't want no naked mall rat. I'm sorry.
At this point,
And if you know Steph, you know. Okay?
listen, it's always that one, y'all.
No, but I like the range and the flexibility because you can meet somebody. Like, I meet a lot of people at the airport when I'm traveling, and as you get to know them, like, oh, what you doing this weekend? Nothing. Oh, let's meet up in Atlanta. Let's do this. You know, you can meet up places and have those fun weekends and, you know, connect. And sometimes everything doesn't have to end up in being a relationship. It could just be, oh, we had some fun experiences together, and you can see them a couple years later and be like, hey, and everything could be cool, you know? What I don't like is the unrealistic expectations that we put on dating.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. Like, I don't like the unrealistic expectations, like, oh, I'm gonna meet this guy and then we're gonna talk every day and then he's supposed to drop everything for me and like this ego that we bring to the table. Yeah, like we bring this ego, like he should, as he should. It is a privilege to experience you.
Let's be clear.
It is. It's an experience to date me, baby. You gonna love it here. But at the same time,
At this point, I need to take some damn notes. Okay, at this point, I need to take some notes.
Finish it off.
it's a privilege to experience me, but you don't owe your life to me, and you know you don't owe me. I'm not expecting you to buy me this and buy me that and pay my rent.
Because she can do it herself.
You know what I'm saying?
But, I don't mind it.
But you
Let let me tell you. I would never tell you what to do with your money, but I'm not requiring that of you. You know what I'm saying? So the unrealistic expectations, you have to.
You gotta have some.
You have to. But the unrealistic expectations that we put on dating is what I don't like.
Well, okay, so first of all, that was a great answer, Stephanie. But second of all, only rich people meet people in the airport. Oh, I met this guy in the airport. I ain't never had that experience. That's a rich people problem.
Can I put your listeners onto something?
Put us on, sis.
Now,
hold on, wait. Let me get my pen and paper.
Get the
now,
paper.
this off the record.
Off the record, go ahead. Let's hear.
But if you got a friend or you know somebody who work at an airport, you know, my dad knew somebody at an airport, and as a graduation gift for my master's, he bought their flight benefits. So I was able to fly anywhere domestically for free, and internationally, all I had to do was pay the taxes on the flight. So that's why I was in the airport so much, because I had a year of free flying.
Celebrity lifestyle.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
I wish.
One of y'all work for Delta.
I'm honored to be
That's all I
I'm
find.
sorry.
Stop, y'all. But I'm just saying, and it's other ways to do that as well. You hit up Khadija, she's the travel guru. She can find you a flight, you know? She can find you a flight.
I was at the airport one day, called Khadija, like, I need your help.
Okay, you know I go on world tours now. I'm a world tour
But
traveler.
I would definitely say, because, you know, some people be like, airport fits and stuff is underrated. Like, you don't have to go beat to the guys, but, you know, just a nice, cool, chill fit.
Right.
Yeah, nice, cool, chill fit. You never know who you gonna meet, baby. Them business trips, them.
Yeah, you ain't never lied.
Okay.
Yeah, but go on, mine.
So speaking of friends, right? We talked about having friends at high places and stuff. How would you say your friendships evolve in your 20s? Like, how important is it when you're evaluating your friendships?
I just want to say I love y'all.
Listen,
Okay.
This is the tribe.
Lauren sat up. Lauren, how important are friendships, Lauren, in your 20s?
Sometimes you just gotta know when to cut up.
Yeah.
You know, I saw this tweet the other day, and it was like, you gotta surround yourself with winners so that when you tell people your good news, it doesn't seem like you're dampening them.
Okay.
And I feel that in my
And then they get the
soul.
hate.
You know what I'm saying?
Child.
Like you gotta surround yourself with people with I hate this term because I feel like it's so cliche, but truly like-minded people.
Come
People
on.
who have the same spirituality that you do, so we
Yeah.
can pray for each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People who have that same financial kind of goal setting as you, so we can get our bags together. Like
Yeah.
business oriented, family oriented.
Yeah.
Like when you're around people who don't match your aura and match your energy, you feel it. Like it affects you. It impacts you in your personal life.
yeah,
Like
I lived it.
when you're around people who don't match your aura, it impacts you while you're by yourself.
Yeah.
And
I've
I
experienced
think it's
it.
very important that you evaluate who your true friends are, and I feel like there's also like, I wouldn't say seasonal friends, but like people that you have for different things, right? So
But
you
it's
have-
seasonal.
So maybe it is seasonal. So you have people like, oh, they can get cute and go to the club with you. You have people that, you know, you could, you know, take to the barbecue or take to a house party. And then you have your friends that are everything friends.
Right,
You know,
right.
your friends, like I said, that you pray with, that you grow with, that you because you can't travel with everybody. And that's a whole nother...
Honey,
That's another.
Did anybody
honey,
wanna chime
don't we
in?
know it? Don't we know
Anybody
it?
want to chime in? Like,
I agree.
How
Don't we know
important
it?
are friendships during your 20s?
I
Like,
agree.
let's
I
talk.
will add that there are different levels to friendship. Like Maj was saying, this Joy. There are some friends that you can go to U Street with. There are some friends that I lost my job, let me call. There are some friends like Maja who I got an internship in DC. I had nowhere to stay. I called her and said, Maja, I need a place to live for a couple weeks. She said, pack your bags and come on.
Right.
You need friends like
Hold
the
on, I'm
tribe.
scared to my invoice.
You know what?
Go ahead. Like the tribe.
You need friends like the tribe where you having a bad day. You even say any. First of all, you go missing for one day. They gonna call you.
Listen.
You be like, where you been at? You okay? You all right? So it's very important to have like friends and even different levels, like certain friends you can talk to certain things about, or even friends that you can confide in, like a group of girls like us that we talk all the time. We talk about any and everything, child.
You don't
So
wanna know.
I want to say, because I'm huge.
Don't you start crying.
I'm not now.
She the
Come on,
crybaby.
this Khadijah. I am huge on friendships. Okay, I cherish
Yes.
them because if I feel like they are impactful in my life, where not only do I benefit, but they benefit from me, because I'm the type to pour in somebody's cup, not looking for anything in return. But when they're able to refill my cup after I done replenished theirs, that's when the connect right there is. And you know, I'm talking about people that, you know, I'm sad. I just need you to listen while I talk. I don't even want to hear your opinion right now. And, you know, then you got those friends that will put you in line. Hold on, let me check you because you out of pocket. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I feel like friendship is a foundation as to where you're moving in the future. If you don't have those people that help you build the bricks, then, you know what I'm saying, things is a little chaotic. You know what I'm saying? Because then you got those people still throwing stuff at the bricks, knocking them down. So, and that's why I really, like, feel, you know, for, like, I've experienced friendships where you fall out with females over the smallest little details. And then, you know, you stop talking. And then it's one of those things where a simple conversation face to face could have saved it. An apology, a simple "I'm sorry" or "Hey, I didn't mean that. If I offended you, I'm like," whatever it may be, and then telling them you love them. That's another thing, because a lot of people are too prideful, and prideful leads to the ultimate fall. So, and I am really big on, like, sistership, because I don't just call anybody no sis. Hey, sis. No, hey, associate. Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, so cut off mentality.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
So quick to cut people off.
It just, like, talk to them. Like, what's going on? And that's the foundation, because I feel like if you're able to fix things in your friendships, you're able to fix things at work. You're able to fix things in your family.
It's a skill.
You feel what I'm saying? You're able to fix things with your children if you have children. You're able to fix things at church. You're able to fix things with your boyfriend. Whatever it is, you're able to work it out. You know what I'm saying? And I think friendship is one of those things where if you do not have a core group of friends in your circle, honey, you need to reevaluate everything about what you got going on. Because if there's no way we should all be on the same level, okay, if somebody got to be pushing somebody to the next. There's no way, because at that point, we're still crabs in the barrel, because we so complacent where we at. No, actually, I think you need to go back to school to get your master's. Let's go. Come on, my sister's got degrees. You see what I'm saying? So, like, in businesses. In bags. Which bag? In bags. Which bag? Okay?
Which bag?
So it's just one of those things where it really helps you mentally, physically, emotionally to really, like, know who you are because of the friends I have. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to question nobody. Everybody right here in this room. I ain't got a question now.
Okay. I think the most important thing for me, at least in my 20s, and it's something I have to learn as, like, year by year, is, and I want others to have this for me as well, is, like, extending grace and having grace for others. Because just like I'm evolving and going through the changes, so are my friends. So if they're going through a phase where they just need to kind of be isolated for a minute, it's like I can't take that personal. I have a friend where right now she's in consecration. So, and this is my good home girl, and we haven't talked in maybe 2 weeks, but she told me before hey, I just need some time with God, and I can't have no outside. It ain't you, it's me, and I can't have nothing messing up right now. But I promise you, when all this is over, we go,
we bounce back.
It's gonna be like, I love those friendships to where no matter what time difference is, when you pick up the phone, Khadijah, girl, yeah, what's up?
Hello, I'm
here. The time doesn't matter, the distance doesn't matter, and I feel like that's the true essence of friendship. It's just being secure and extending that grace and understanding the life experiences that you're having. Your friends are going through that as well. It ain't all about you. That's like, speaking back to that ego, like, my friend should do this for me, and you should be calling me, you should have been doing that. Like, baby, she going through her stuff as well. So the same grace that you want when you need to be alone, extend that to other people.
And that's why you pouring in them cups. Not looking for a refill. And, you know, just to piggyback on what she said too, you know, those are the important people too. The ones that you may not talk to every day. But as soon as you pick up that phone, it ain't like y'all missed a beat. It ain't like, what's up, girl? What you girl? You heard about that? What? And we just catching up. Like, those be the ones too.
So let's shift gears a little bit. Let's talk about some career highlights or career lessons.
2 weeks.
Being in, sis got a new job. She don't know how to.
I drive a Kia Bentley. Just
Kia Bentley.
Okay.
Cool. So let's talk about some career lessons. And you know, I'll start with this one because I personal testimony. But Tyra, you and I have discussed this before. In your 20s, understand, first of all, know your worth when it comes to your career. And secondly, ask for what you want. And I think as millennials, especially like growing up with the parents that we grew up with, those old-fashioned traditional parents, it's like, start from the bottom and work your way to the top. But I feel like as millennials, we have so many new open doors and so many new opportunities. Ask for what you want. Because guess what? These tech companies need us. Don't let them fool you. These tech companies, these Fortune 500, these government contractors, these government people, they need us. They need millennials millennials to come in and turn their place upside down to innovate and to change some stuff up. So you're worth it, right? You are needed. You are a resource. Yeah. So in your 20s, do not be scared to ask for what you want. And I think that as in my career, I had to learn that as a lesson, and it's also a highlight. Yeah. Knowing that when I asked for what I want, I got it. And then the crazy thing about it is when I asked for what I wanted, they gave it to me. I should have asked for more.
Hello?
Yeah. I was being modest. I was being honest. I was worth it. Honey, but when it's time to redo budgets, don't play because I'm asking for more. Listen. Anybody else got any career highlights, lessons you want to talk about?
No, the same thing with my, hey y'all, it's Tyra. I will never forget my second job up here. I was so nervous. They gave me, my little email, congratulations, this is what you're going to make, blah, blah, blah. And I called my brother and I said, this is it. I'm going to reply saying thank you, I'm ready. My brother said no. Ask for more. And I'm like, ask for more? Right. Who am I? I just graduated from Georgetown. I don't really know, what's by left and right. Exactly. Okay. We sell ourselves short. And we don't know it because we're used to that system of like, okay, I'm just going to say yes to this and keep it moving. But meanwhile, not to play another race card, but white men do it all the time. All the time. And so it wasn't until that moment of someone telling me ask for more and be secure in that, I was so nervous. I called up the phone to my manager, soon to be manager, and I said, thank you for the offer, but I would like to revisit the request of blah, 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 in a professional way. And she said, oh, okay, here you go. Like, that's easy. All easy. That's all it took. And it goes back to, and they respect you more when you do that because they let you know, okay, she's not playing any games, and this is what she wants, and she knows how to make a decision. And so from then on, I can't walk in between space, and you will play me if you give me a certain amount. That's rude to my character, what I can do. So you already set that precedence to yourself. So I always, to piggyback what Maya just said, know your worth, because that will open up doors you didn't even think was possible.
Come on.
And add tax, because you are worth so much more. And let's believe they're lowballing you. I always say.
They always start you at the bottom.
Yeah, they do, because we accept it.
We accept it. If you accept that number, that's what you're going to get each time. But if you say, hey, thank you for that offer, but I want this, they say, oh, okay, well, we got to give her this because we want her that much. And boom, you already said that. And then it's really a domino effect.
But they forget the prices be going up.
Okay.
Prices going up.
2 degrees short.
Waiting on me to give me this.
Let me tell you something.
I would love to work with you.
Because if you not, move out the way because somebody else is. Please move. Thank you.
Anybody else? Career lesson, Tyler? Move to the next one.
Go ahead, babe. Go ahead.
Okay. I think for me, my lesson and highlight is I agree with Tyra, know your worth, but also do the work. Like, don't come putting this offer on the table and expecting to get it and you don't have nothing to back up. So I feel like my lesson was I had to go back and reflect and really dive deep into my resume and the things that I had did and realize, like, you did some pretty awesome stuff. Like, you did some things that can change this place around. You did some things that they're not doing here. They still in 2010. Yeah. And you can bring them innovative programming and stuff for retention and retention, like all these things that I had knowledge of. I had to display that. That's where I felt like I couldn't be modest. I had done the work. So me speaking about the work that I've done is not being conceited or arrogant. This is me stating the facts. Like, you brought me to this interview because you saw something in this resume that I could do. So let me expand upon that. Okay. Let me show you why you should seal the deal.
Period. Sign right here.
Now, there's being confident and then being a big head, because what she's saying is don't get in the door and say, oh, that was cute, but I want this, and then you don't back it up. Yeah. Like, dang, not only did I, offer you this, I gave you more than what we were set the price in, because then you're going to look like a fool. Right. And then that's how things get iffy. So that is a good point.
Yeah, do the work for sure.
This is Khadijah. I would say, honestly, I had to learn differently. I would say my path was a little different because at this age, we still don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, we still don't know. Like, I had thought I was going to be, sitting up in somebody, office over there on the corner overviewing the city and just looking over there in my own little desk. Okay, but I'm at the cubicle. And it's okay, all right? But listen.
You actually working from home, not at the cubicle.
See what I'm saying? Okay. But here's my thing. I think that any career path you choose, any position you have, first of all, it's a blessing to even have it, to even be considered for it. And this is, again, something I had to learn. My word, patience, I'm telling you. Okay, shout out to Stormy. Because, listen, like, I had to learn that in order to get to where I wanted to go, where I wanted to be, I had to take care of what God has given me at this current moment, at this current job. Therefore, I cannot slack off. I cannot, I'm going to HR every day because I'm tired of my boss and she keep trying to play me, but no. God is saying, listen, this is something small. I just want to see how well you take care of this job. Okay, so when now it's time for your next opportunity, you already know how to deal with those problems that you dealt with at that job.
Khadijah, you are preaching.
And that is something I literally had to learn, Maja, because I was on that phone with you, like, I'm in HR again. I was like, yeah, she writing me up. I was like, yeah, she trying to get rid of me. I was like trying to figure out ways to get out of it instead of doing what God already told me to do at my current spot, at my current season, trying to figure out what's the next level. And it's so humbling because it's really like God could take it away any moment. And what he do? I got furloughed. What he do? Okay. But he said, you know what? Don't even worry about that because when your faith is that strong in him, he's taking you to the next level. And then that's when your career really starts to unfold. So I really would just want to say that it's really about, being grateful for what you have at that moment and really working and really just, grinding. If I'm at the bottom, that's fine. Let me show you what I can really do and move my way up the ladder. You know what I'm saying? And I think I'm just really appreciative because now, thankfully, by his grace that I'm able to get another opportunity during this time. We on lockdown and God is still opening doors. I don't think anybody.
Lockdown who?
What? Corona? Who? Wait, who is that?
And
What?
that's an important thing to learn in your 20s. Like, Khadijah was spot on. Remember when we was crying in the car?
Girl, tears.
Y'all get on my
tears.
It's
She was about to cry while she was talking.
It's such a thing that when you're at my last job, when that was over with, I hit the floor. I was like, God, what? I'm tired. What? Blah, blah, blah. But it humbles you.
Yeah.
Because when you're on the floor, you have nobody but to look up and talk to.
Hello.
What do you want me to do? But what Khadijah said is like, when you sit in that season, like, okay, I was in that little position, but I learned this. And not to belittle it. No, it wasn't a little position. I was in that position,
For a reason.
And for a reason.
Yep.
And so like, I learned this, that, and that. And then when God opens this bigger door, you're like, okay, I learned all these skills going back to Steph's point. Okay, now I can apply it to that. So never look at your season, your period like, dang, why am I still at this job? Dang, why I'm still doing this?
Oh, I hate it here.
I hate it here. No, because God is testing you. Because you said you want to be the CEO.
Hello?
You said you want the corner office.
Hello?
Now, but can you handle this duty and duty? Because it's almost 5 o'clock and you still haven't done it yet.
You
So
forgot the corner office with the view.
Exactly. So it really does set you up. And I will never forget that moment when I was on the floor crying like, God, why? And God was like, I got you, but do you hear me?
Yeah.
So it's just like, that was so dramatic.
Remember when I told you that? I was like, God kept saying, do you trust me? And I'm over here doing, I said, no, God, I can do it myself. But he said, but can you wait? But can you wait? Because I got that call from that job and she said, oh, well, because she offered me a price. And this is just for somebody out there because we was talking about prices. And I was like, oh, well, no, that's not going to do for me. Well, unfortunately, this is not the job for you. I said, ooh, God said, can you wait?
Yeah.
Can you let me do it? Can you let me do it?
He said, are you done?
Can you let me do
Are you ready for
it?
me
You're
to
still
argue?
doing it. Like what? Truck, come on.
And I think that just speaks to, this is Steph, that just speaks to the power in stillness.
Come on.
And just being still.
Wasn't that on the video? Y'all go look at the podcast video. Come on.
Yeah, just being still. Because I quit a job without another job.
Child.
And I really can agree to, like, I feel y'all on that, on your knees, like, how I'm about to pay my rent.
Yeah.
How I'm about to do this. I'm out here by myself.
Don't call me because I can't help.
But when you really tap in, and whatever your spirituality is, like find some solace in that. Find some peace in that. Because when I really tapped in with God, like, all right, I done quit this job, but I know you got something on the other end. He did exceedingly abundantly.
Above all we can ask for things.
He gave me more and did some and then say, here go a little bit more.
Come on.
Now, are you good now?
Right.
Can you sit still?
Don't put no limits on him on what he can do.
Now, I will say, kind of to turn it a little,
this
a
soft
career lesson, go after what you want. There's so many different opportunities. There are so many different things that you can do while in your 20s. If you want to explore. If you get to a job, you get an offer, you experience, but you realize this isn't the place for you, don't feel as though you have to stay. Like, you don't have to be stuck if you feel stuck. Right. Now, don't move out of God's will. But
ooh, child, that was it right there.
That's it. But you don't have to be depressed at a job or stay in a position or stay in a place where, one, you feel unwanted, two, you don't feel as though your worth is being recognized. Now, I go back to my point of walking or stepping out of God's will. There are situations where God wants you to stay in that position. God wants you to stay in that experience so that you can learn how to deal with an annoying manager, or you can learn how to manage people, or you can learn what to do or what not to do. But there are so many things to do and experience in your 20s, even if you want to have this job, but have a part-time or start something else that you're really interested in, or volunteer. Don't feel as though all of your time has to be spent at this one thing. If you want to volunteer, go volunteer. Or if you want to spend some time in a part-time or something like that, you can do that as well.
Good stuff. That was
that was
taking us to church.
Come on.
Okay, so what would you say, or should I say, is there anything you would do differently in your 20s? Or do you feel like there's any mistake that you've made that if you could go back, you would change?
I've made a whole
I was about to say,
a whole lot of mistakes, but I don't think I would change anything.
I'm with you.
Yeah,
Not
same.
even the hurt, not even the pain, because I understand differently because of all of that. I understand myself differently. I understand my worth differently. I understand what I want, what I don't want, and I understand God differently because He saw me through every single one of those situations. Like, although I had to go through it, sometimes we don't understand when we're going through why we're going through. But now, because of the things I've experienced or the things I've gone through, I can relate to a certain group of people. Like, I can go back and talk to a certain group of people and encourage them because I dealt with the same thing.
Right.
And I'm sure we all have gone through 1,000 different things that in the moment we're like, why, I don't want this, take this away. But now that we're older, or now that we're out of it, looking back at it, it's like, okay, well, I understand, or okay, I see the pieces to the puzzle starting to connect now. So I don't think I would change anything or any mistakes that I've made. Yeah, child.
And, you know, real quick, just to piggyback off of that, like you said, I've made so many mistakes and I wouldn't change it because I am exactly where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
Like,
that is
and
it.
you know, we can choose to complain because we all do it, right? Like,
we human.
We want more, we don't have enough, so on and so forth. But at the end of the day, through all of that complaining, I am exactly where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't change a thing.
Same. Yeah, literally wouldn't change.
All that and some.
Good stuff.
Right.
Okay, so let's have some fun on the last few questions before we wrap this thing up.
Ooh, child.
What's one thing that you haven't done that you want to do in your 20s? I'm gonna say for me it's skydiving.
Ooh, child.
Oh, yeah, you'll love it.
I ain't been skydiving.
Girl.
We don't do heights.
You would come out. You would come out feeling so
Don't jump out of
conquered.
planes.
Oh my god.
What's one thing y'all want to
Well,
do you haven't
Khadijah
done?
and myself jump out of plane.
Okay.
So
In
so,
Dubai, over the
okay, so
pond.
what's something y'all haven't done then? Since y'all done already done this.
You see how they try to do you?
One thing am I...
Ooh, child, it might be something
It's a
inappropriate
lot.
for the
Oh,
podcast.
you know what? I went instantly like. One thing
Anybody?
One thing
it's so much to do.
is.
Like it's so
I
much
guess
to really do. Like
explore more.
okay.
Like travel?
Travel,
Okay.
experience different cultures, different people.
Yeah.
We, like I said earlier, we sometimes get so caught up in where we are or our jobs or oh, I can't do this or I don't have time to do that. But you can make time. You can save $1 a week for 52 weeks.
Come on.
And
Dollar.
you'll be able to travel. So I guess I would say experience more. Go to different places, meet different people, learn what's in the world.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Mine is gonna be like, it's not gonna be like really deep, but it is something that I really want to do.
Mine ain't deep.
In my 20s. I really, for all of us, like I want to go to Coachella. Like I want to experience Coachella.
Yes.
I want
She
to.
miss Beyonce, so
Yeah, I'm about to say.
I know. I
You
just want to see what
vibe.
the. I just want to see what the vibe would be like.
Yeah.
You know, I want to see all the different people. I want to see just, you know, I want to experience it. And I'm a festival type girl, so
Yeah.
I'm into that kind of stuff. So
Right.
Okay, so if you can't think of anything that you haven't done that you want to do, what is one of your best memories in your 20s? So that's a good one. Best memory, one of your best memories in your 20s.
Cuba.
Oh yeah, y'all. Me and Joy went to Cuba for my 25th birthday in Wu Chow. That was an experience.
That was hilarious.
I would say.
Well, Dubai. We went to Dubai.
Yeah, I would say
I'm sorry.
This time, y'all.
I would say probably one of my like really like moments that I would like forever. I don't know who, honey, I thought I was. Oh, this Khadijah, y'all. I don't know who I thought I was, but I went on a whole world tour. I mean,
You went to Iceland.
And then, you know, I went over there to Iceland, London, Amsterdam, Paris. I don't know. And it's so funny because when I was 24, I was like, man, when I turned 20, I was 23 in Miami, thinking that was the hottest thing popping, okay? I was on the beach. I was like, I'm in the Miami beach. Like, I thought I was doing it, okay? But I said, when I turned 25, I said, I want to be in Paris. Like, I want to be in Paris. You know what I'm saying? I just started thinking and like, okay, I'm going to make that happen. I manifested it, okay? And then at that, you know, if you don't know, FYI, I am a travel plug. Once you get over there, it's cheap to travel everywhere else. But it was just the point of me doing that, not just what I said, but a little extra. And that goes back to God doing more than what I thought I was going to be doing. So I think that was really cool for me, just to kind of experience that. And, you know, I'm still trying to master the solo traveling thing. I haven't gotten there yet. Watched too many movies. I really think people is out there. Yeah, I'm not there. So at least one or two people, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think it was good. And then for my birthday this year, I went to Dubai. And Lauren and Tyra was so, you know, fortunate to come with me. You know what I'm saying? And granted, all the stuff that was going on over there, we was like, we still going? Like, you know what I mean? And it was just so cool to just experience the culture. I don't know, there was some riots going on or something. Coronavirus. It was a whole bunch going on, child. Coronavirus. It was a whole bunch, you know? But it was just really a moment where you were able to learn different stuff. And it was fun. I enjoyed that. And I'm ready to plan the next trip. So where we going?
Yes. Okay. Anybody else before we go to the last
Oh,
question?
and graduating. We can't forget graduating.
Yes.
Okay, we got a few degrees over here. Just FYI.
That's true.
Come on, first in the family, college, and
Yes.
This is like friendship goals. Like, we do everything together.
Yes.
Exactly.
Jordan would too.
Okay, listen, and I just graduated on the 10th. Masters, mommy. Okay, MBA, call me.
Shout out to all the class of 2020 graduates.
That's me, Khadijah. That's me.
Okay. See, we said
She know we love. Oh, everybody. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right, so we get ready to wrap this up. But last question, think about this hard. Everybody has to answer, so nobody gets to.
Ooh, child. Lauren, you ain't off the hook.
We're gonna start with me, then we're gonna go to Joy. What are you most excited about when it comes to being in your 30s? So like making it to your 30s, and one goal that you have for yourself in your 30s.
So 2 questions.
Yeah, so two. Really
Yeah,
two
I'm sitting here like, what's the
It's
question?
two-part. It's a two-part.
Like
It could
what?
be, you know, it could be a relationship goal. It could be a career goal. It could be some sort of life goal. One goal, and then what are you most excited about? So I think, for me, I'm most excited about, I'm a true believer in the fact that you have to believe in what you can't see.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for what I can't see right now. Like, Oprah, honey, move over. Because
we sit on the couch with you.
You got a little bit more time because Maj is next.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? And, it's crazy because I have faith and I believe in the God I serve, but I can't see that right now.
Yeah.
Like, I can't visually see that. You know what I'm saying? Like, just with circumstance and where we are today, like, I don't see that. But I believe that I am next.
Yeah.
I am next. So I am excited when it comes to my 30s that I am next. And I am taking everybody with me, honey.
Come
so hop on
on.
this train.
Come on.
Before you get left.
Choo choo.
So, yeah, so I guess in terms of a goal, if we want to be specific, like, I just really want my podcast to take off. Or something around, me using my voice, as a platform to inspire other people, We always joke, like, Maj on the mic, but for real, Maj on the mic.
Come on.
Like, I mean, inspiring people, empowering people, and speaking all over the world. Terrence J, who, Oprah, who, Gail, who, like, it's Maj now.
It's
Maj. Roxy, y'all did a great job. Lala, you guys have done a great job, but it's Maj just here now.
Right.
And I mean that with the most humbleness. But when you serve the God that I serve, and I'm not even trying to be preachy, he said he would do exceedingly and abundantly above all I can ask or think. Yes. And like I said, you got to believe in what you can't see. And I can't see it, but my imagination is crazy. So even when I talk about these things, I tell myself, like, girl, you are crazy. But I believe it. I'm crazy enough to believe it. Yeah. So yeah, that's my goal, and that's what I'm most excited about in my 30s.
Yeah. So that's you actually.
Yeah,
said.
that's basically
what I was gonna say. Basically,
That was my
I'm
answer, too.
excited to see what 30s is all about. Like, you hear all of these great things about being in your 30s. I'm sure there are still experiences, there are still lessons to be learned, but I'm just excited to see who I will be and who I will continue to be, where I will be mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. And a goal or something I look forward to, I would say all of my, if not all, a few or however at the time many that God decides to make happen, the crazy things that are in my head as far as businesses, ideas, foundations, all of these things.
Let me
like
host the
Maja.
gala.
Oh, come on, sis.
Yes.
The scholarship gala
Let me
for
buy
the
a table.
kids.
Okay.
Buy several. Invite all your friends.
I mean, we'll have the bag by then. So,
So yeah, just all of these crazy ideas and crazy things that I want to do. Of course, like there are things that we don't know. I don't know how it's gonna happen, but like Maja said, the God that I serve can do exceedingly abundantly, and I know that these ideas come from Him, because it wouldn't be so heavy on my head or heavy on my heart. So I'm just excited to see all of those things unfold.
yeah.
No, I really the same. This is Tyra. I'm over here thinking like what do I, want to see when I'm 30 years old? But I just want to continue to be proud of myself. I want to be able to look at Tyra and be like, girl, you blow me away this time, girl. I love you so much. And I really just want to continue that pattern. In 30s, of course, when it comes to investment and foundation and businesses and all those good things, but just to like continue to be happy with self and to love myself fully, and just to know that I'm the bomb and I continue to be the bomb, and that anything that I touch grows and that it helps somebody else in this world. I could talk all day about like what I want business wise and foundation wise, but I just want to be proud of myself and for God to continue to be proud of me. So, because I know 30s, I cannot wait to meet her and Tyra. I'm gonna listen to this podcast, and be like, dang, Tyra, like you did it. Because I know I'm gonna do it. I know I am. So, 30, Tyra, hey girl.
Right.
Pause. Cheers. The computer didn't go there, did it? Oh, okay.
Play.
It's Steph. I think what I'm most excited about for my 30s is having like peace. I think peace is something that is really hard to channel right now, because I'm still trying to figure a lot of things out. And it's a goal of mine, and it's something that I pray and I meditate about, is gaining that peace. And it's something I'm implementing in my life now, so that when I get to that stage, it'll be second nature to me. It won't, I want to just be unmovable. Like, I want to be able to let God use me. Like, I just want to be a vessel. I can't wait to see the type of vessel that I become in my 30s and how I'm used, And then a goal of mine is I'm really trying to be Dr. Durr by my 30s.
You will. You will.
I'm trying to be Dr. Durr, and I'm really trying to like hone in and expand upon all the gifts that God has given me to create something that's not in a box. Like, I want to be able to do my higher education thing. I want to be able to do my entrepreneur thing. I want to be able to do my mentoring thing, all under one umbrella. Like, that's what I mean. Like, I can't wait to just see the vessel and what comes from the vessel that God is building in me now. And it's tough, like, but going back to, that's the beauty of your 20s, is learning and attaching those things and challenging yourself and gaining that discipline. So I'm just excited to see the vessel that I'll become.
Okay, so I'm a little different. I believe that like a goal of mine is I will be the first millionaire in my family. So for me, I don't look forward to my 30s because that shit is happening now. And my 30s are just going to be a further like expansion of that. So when people are like 30s is my prime is now. I'm still going to be in my prime in my 40s. I'm still going to be doing the damn thing, and I'm still going to be that boss girl. So for me, a goal for me is to be a millionaire. Actually more than that, but just be the first one in my family, retire earlier than 40. I'm setting those stones now in place, but everything that I think people want to manifest in 30, I'm manifesting it now. So I'm not waiting for 30. I'm living it now.
As you should. Come on. This is Khadijah. What I'm most excited about is the journey. I had to learn process, period. Wherever you're going, there's a process, you know what I mean? And, you know, sometimes you got to get crushed just to go ahead and grow and, you know, move and maneuver. I think that I'm more so just excited for ways that I can learn to please God, you know, ways that I'm able to, you know, understand what he already has for me, and that, you know, whatever he puts in me is just something that, you know, I got to tap in and bring out. I think this is just a point in my life where, you know, we're still on the ropes. We're still trying to figure it out. We're still learning. We're still growing. And each step, each path, you come across those people who are taking you to the next level. And that's what it comes into networking. So, I mean, I'm all about success. I'm all about greatness. And, I mean, I know I'm going to flourish. I know I'm going to be great. I know I'm going to be successful. And that's just in the plan of what God has for me. So it's just for me to kind of tap in and kind of figure out, you know, which step I'm taking and which path God wants me to go, and who, you know, deserves to be there and who doesn't. And I think the point of it is more so, you know, figuring out what's next. And sometimes I have to be okay with when things don't go my way, when things aren't planned the way I want it to be, because I'm by the book. So soon as my planner is a little bit off, that's fine, because God said, you know what, I got something better. So, and that's why I'm just really excited to see what's next. And I mean, I put no limits on what he can do, because the God I serve, I tell you, he blows my mind every time. And I mean, I literally think one little thing and he 3 times bigger. So I'm just really, you know, proud of who I am, and the thing I'm looking forward to is giving myself a little bit more credit. So, and I think I deserve that. I think we all do. We work so hard to get to where we are now, and you know, I'm just excited to see what else is next. So, God is moving. He's taking
in the
us.
neighborhood.
Hello, stop at my door. He's really taking us to the next level, and I mean, with the people I have in my corner right now, ain't no telling where we going. So, God is already in motion. Trust me.
Yes. Okay, so if you feel like I feel, I just hope that something that, you know, the Queens have said has inspired you, has empowered you, has made you think differently about, you know, a decision that you are trying to make, and think differently about your life and how you plan to move forward, and really look at your 20s and how you can have fun and enjoy and capitalize off of the time. So yes, thank you so much, first of all, to the Queens for being here.
You're welcome.
Girl, thanks for having us. She know we love her.
They are such goofballs. And let me just say, this is real, right? So, you know, we talked a lot about social media and, you know, facades and gurus and this and that, but, you know, and expectations, but this is a true sisterhood. It's a true friendship. You know, it's not a social media thing. It's not a post cute pictures thing. This is a we do the work behind the scenes.
And help each other.
So, you know, I encourage all of you, make sure that you do have, you know, a strong tribe that's behind you, because behind every black woman is another strong black woman.
Come on.
And that is our story. So I'm so thankful for all of these girls who I call my sisters, my friends, my ride or dies, all of that good stuff. And again, I hope that something that was said on this episode today, you know, inspired you somehow, some way, to think differently, to think innovatively, just about your life and about the people that you have around you, about your career decisions, your relationship decisions. So, yes, I know this was heavy but fun. At the same time, we had a lot of fun. I enjoyed them as always. And when I say our wine nights are just like this,
Oh my God.
Conversation is just
When
like
is the next one?
you know, so we planning our wine, so I gotta hurry up and end this episode because we gotta plan the next one.
I'm waiting for the housewarming.
Okay. So yes, I hope that y'all enjoyed this episode. Again, thank you for listening. And
Thanks for having us, Maja.
Yay!
Let me just say, Maja, we are proud of you, girl.
Yes.
Maja, we are so proud of, like, watching you, girl. Keep going, and we are there each step of the way. Trust me, because I'm VIP. But we are there, okay?
Okay. Understand that when I come up, we all come up. It's not just anything. This is a team.
Period. We all eating, honey.
All eating.
Which bag? That bag.
Yes. That's the question.
It literally takes a village.
It takes
literally.
This is the village.
A tribe.
Yes. So yes, we ending it here. Thank y'all so much for listening, and catch us on the next episode of Ask Maja Podcast.
Bye.
I've got something to say. Ooh, I like that. Can you turn that up for me? No, like, it's Maja. but you know, Maj for short. Ask Maj.
This was so good. Come on, Oprah, because I'm gonna be in the front row. That's my excuse me.
Did you get a ticket? I don't think you have a ticket.
Excuse me.
Oh yes, let's get out.
Do you
It's
know
hot.
who Maj? That's
That's
Yeah, those girls.
That's my
like these ghetto girls right here.
Yes.
Let's
We
do it.
here. How
Okay, look, just
You're not about to forget us from the neighborhood.